Today is Tuesday, and we are going to continue with yesterday's lesson, and we are going to revise the paragraph that you wrote yesterday. So some of you might be thinking, gee, I checked my work from yesterday, but there is no feedback about my paragraph. You're right, there is not, because today's lesson, like I just said, you will be revising and editing it. So I would like you to scroll down while I'm talking to you right now, and let's take a look at this, because editing and revising your writing is important. And honestly, we haven't done it since we've been out of school. So I know that this is like a heavy lift, but I feel confident that everybody can do it. And Mrs. Figaro and I put a lot of supports in place by adding in sentence starters as well as the checklist. So let's take a look. When you look at the chart, it shows you that this chart with the sentence stems is going to help you to write. Your paragraph will be 8 sentences. Now, you might have one extra, but you definitely can't have one less. So you need at least 8 sentences, maybe 9. And you will have to go back into yesterday's lesson as well as previous lessons to help you maybe get the information. And maybe you did that yesterday, so you might be one step ahead. So let's take a look. The first column in the chart tells you 8 sentences, okay, each one. The next column in the chart describes that sentence. So sentence number 1 is the topic sentence, sentence number 2 is the support sentence, and so on. Then it shows you how to start each sentence where it says sentence starters. So sentence number 1 should start, a myth is blank, that blank. Now, of course, you know the blanks don't mean that you only fill it in with one word. You have to fill it in with phrases, and it needs to end up a complete sentence. You will do that for each one, and you will explain the creation myths and the morality myths. You will give me evidence of a creation myth and then elaborate on it. And you will give me evidence about a morality myth and then elaborate on that. And then finally, write a concluding sentence. When you scroll down in the deep dive, you will see that I put an explanatory writing checklist. Now, this looks very similar to the ones that we have in our workbook that you don't have. So I typed it in here for you. I only did the self check. I did not add in the teacher check or the peer check. So don't worry about that. But it does give you a good idea of what it is that you need. So, my daughter thinks she's off camera, but she's not. Sorry for the distraction. So let's continue. Anyway, in the explanatory writing checklist, you will notice that there are several lines there of things that you need to go back and check in your writing. Where it says self-check, you can't put an actual check mark in there, but you can use the letter X if you want, like X to show that you've done it. That works for me. And then you have your spelling and your IDR. Please feel free to email me with any questions that you have. This really is one of the culminations for all of those myths that we have been reading. This is a place for you to show what you know and to go back into those lessons. Don't think for a minute that you have everything right up here. It's going to take a little bit of work and go back into previous lessons. Email me if you have any questions. Have a great day.